December 2nd, 2008. You are sitting in a room in Paris in a suit that cost more than most people's monthly salary, and you already know you have won. You are 23 years old. You are Cristiano Ronaldo, and tonight the entire football world is about to confirm what you have believed about yourself for a very long time. The Ballon d'Or, the Golden Ball, the oldest individual award in football, given every year since 1956 to the best player on the planet. Ferenc Puskás won it, Johan Cruyff won it, Michel Platini won it 3 times in a row. Ronaldo, the Brazilian, the original, the one whose name you have been chasing since you were a boy on a street in Medellin, won it twice. The list of men who have held this award reads like a history of the sport itself. Tonight, your name joins that list. But to understand what tonight means, you have to go back to the beginning of the year, back to a version of you that was already extraordinary and still had something left to prove. January 2008. You are at Carrington, Manchester United's training ground in the grey English winter. The pitches are wet, the sky is the color of concrete. You have been at this club for 5 years. You arrived at 17 with 1 bag and a number 7 shirt and a reputation built on 1 preseason friendly against the very club you now represent. You are not that boy anymore. You are 6 feet tall. You are faster than you were at 17 and stronger and more precise. You have won 3 Premier League titles. You have won the FA Cup. You've scored goals that people replay on their phones late at night just to watch them again. But you have not yet won the Champions League, and you have not yet won the Ballon d'Or. These are the 2 things that sit unfinished at the start of 2008. These are the 2 things you intend to fix before the year is over. You do not write this down anywhere. You do not say it in interviews. You do not need to. It is simply the way the year is organized inside your head. The season is already running. United are top of the Premier League. You are their leading scorer. But the goals are coming differently this season. More of them, more often, from further out, from closer in, with the left foot, with the head, from free kicks that dip over walls and into corners that goalkeepers can only watch. Your manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, has said in press conferences that he has never seen a player improve at the rate you are improving. Ferguson does not give compliments easily. You file it away and go back to training. By March, you have scored 30 goals in all competitions. The English press are running out of ways to describe what you are doing. Journalists who have covered the sport for 20 years are reaching for comparisons and finding that the comparisons do not quite fit. The numbers keep climbing. 35, 40, 42, each one noted, photographed, celebrated, then immediately forgotten because the next one is already coming. There is a name that appears in every conversation about you, every press conference, every back page, every television debate running through the night on sports channels across Europe. The name is Lionel Messi. He is 20 years old. He plays for Barcelona. He's doing things on a football pitch that are also difficult to describe. The comparison is already becoming the dominant narrative of the sport. You against him against you. The question that will follow both of you for the next 15 years is already being asked in 2008, and the answer is not yet settled, and everyone knows it, and you know it too. You say very little about it publicly. You train. April 2008. Manchester United versus Barcelona, Champions League semifinal, 2 legs, the first at Old Trafford, the second at the Camp Nou. These are the 2 best clubs in Europe that season, and everyone knows it. The atmosphere at Old Trafford for the first leg is the kind that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up during the warm-up. You have played in big matches before. This one is different. The crowd is louder, the stakes are higher, the whole of Europe is watching. United win the first leg, 1-0. Paul Scholes from distance, a goal that will be talked about for years. You are dangerous throughout, pressing, running, pulling defenders out of shape. In the second leg, in Barcelona, the atmosphere is louder and tighter and more hostile, and United defend with discipline and hold on. You go through to the final. Barcelona and Messi go home. You notice this. You do not say anything about it publicly, but you notice it.
May 21st, 2008, Moscow, Luzhniki Stadium, Champions League Final, Manchester United versus Chelsea, 2 English clubs meeting in the biggest match in European football. The temperature in Moscow that night is close to freezing. The pitch is wet from earlier rain. There are 67,000 people inside the stadium and hundreds of millions watching on television screens across the world. You have been preparing for this match for 2 weeks. You have watched footage. You have worked on set pieces. You have gone through the Chelsea defensive shape in training until you know every angle of it. You score in the first half, a header from a West Brown cross. You rise above the Chelsea defender and plant it into the net, and the United end of the stadium erupts, and you run toward them with your arms out. It is the 26th minute. It is the biggest goal of your career to this point. Chelsea equalize before halftime. The match is level at full time. Extra time produces no winner. The match goes to penalties. You step up for the third penalty. You have scored penalties all season, calmly, repeatedly, in matches that mattered. You run up. You strike it. Petr goes the right way. He saves it. You stand in the center circle with your hands on your head and the Moscow night around you and 67,000 people making noise. And you are 23 years old, and you have just missed a penalty in a Champions League final. And for a moment, just a moment, everything is very quiet inside your head. United win the shootout anyway. Edwin van der Sar saves the decisive kick from Nicolas Anelka. The United players pour onto the pitch. The celebrations begin. You are in the middle of them. You have won the Champions League. The medal is real. The trophy is real. You hold it above your head in the Moscow night, and the photographers capture it from every angle. But you remember the penalty. You will remember it for a long time. You fly back to Manchester with the squad the following morning. The city turns out in huge numbers for the open-top bus parade. The streets are packed with red scarves and red shirts and people who have waited all season for this. You stand on the top deck with the trophy, and the noise is enormous, and for a few hours you let yourself feel it fully. A week later, the season ends officially. You have scored 42 goals in all competitions. United win the Premier League by 2 points. You are named the PFA Players' Player of the Year, the Football Writers' Footballer of the Year, the Premier League's top scorer, the Champions League's top scorer. The votes for the Ballon d'Or are sent to France Football magazine over the summer. Every international football journalist, every national team coach, every captain casts a ballot. The counting takes months. The result is kept private until the ceremony in December. You spend the summer with Portugal at the European Championship. You return to United for pre-season. The new season begins. The votes are still being counted somewhere in France. You know before anyone tells you that you have won it. Not arrogance, arithmetic. You look at the season, you look at the numbers, you look at what you did and what anyone else did, and you do the calculation, and the calculation has one answer. 42 goals, Champions League, Premier League, every individual award English football gives out. The math is not complicated. You are right. December 2nd, 2008, Paris. The ceremony is held at the Palais de Congrès. The room is formal and bright and full of people in expensive clothes. Photographers line the entrance. Television cameras are positioned at every angle. The whole evening has the feeling of a verdict being delivered, and everyone in the room already knows what the verdict is, and yet the room is still tense in the way that rooms are tense when something important is about to be made official. You are sitting at a table near the front. Your mother, Dolores, is with you. The same woman who stood at a departure gate in Funchal 16 years ago and held your face in both hands and cried while you boarded a plane alone to a city you had never seen. She is sitting next to you in Paris in a room full of cameras, and she is not crying tonight. She is watching the stage with her hands folded in her lap and her back straight. The announcement comes. Your name, Cristiano Ronaldo. 446 points, the highest total in the award's history at that time. You stand. The room applauds. You walk to the stage and the award is placed in your hands, and you hold it and you look out at the room, and for a moment you are somewhere else entirely. You are on a street in Santo Antonio. You are 8 years old. The light is fading and your legs are tired, and the boy across the street is faster than you, and you are about to run the hill again. You step to the microphone. You thank your teammates. You thank Ferguson. You thank your family. Your voice is steady. The cameras are close. The flashes are constant. You walk back to your seat with the golden ball in your hand. Your mother touches your arm. You sit down. You set the trophy on the table in front of you. You look at it for a long moment. The room around you is still moving, still applauding, still filming. Outside, the Paris night is cold and quiet. You look up from the trophy. The season is 4 months old. There are 40 goals left to score. There are rooms like this one still to come. More trophies, more ceremonies, more nights in suits in cities that are not yours. You already know this. You are already thinking about next year. You just lived it. Now share it with someone who thinks they already know this story. Like the video, drop a comment telling us whose story you want next, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.